I want to talk to you about Hunter.io. So when you think about Hunter.io, I want you to think about a tool that's primarily great for email marketing, but also email extraction. So is it really worth it? Let's talk about it. So here's a presentation I want you to think about. So when we think about Hunter.io, we're thinking about an all-in-one platform, but most importantly, we're thinking about email extraction. So email outreach can be undoubtedly a primarily money-making activity for sales and marketing teams in the case of cold outreach or a link building as a service. However, finding emails is not where your money is made, right? This can free up time that can be a better spent on your core money making activities. It can also provide better results from email campaigns through more accurate information. So when you think about Hunter.io, I want you to think about a few advantages and a few disadvantages. First of all, in terms of pros, in terms of advantages, you have a very easy to use interface. So in terms of UX and UI, you'll be pleased. You'll be pleased. You have convenient Google Chrome extension, free basic plan, accurate email verifier tool, and you have a tool that's very easy to use for all kinds of users. Helpful Google Chrome extension that can be actually scaled at length. The free plan is there to help you get started, and you have highly accurate results. Okay, it's really accurate. What about the cons here? I mean, while Hunter.io is a great tool, it isn't without its drawbacks. I mean, it is a human sort of human I would say a human product, of course. So, for one, the pricing is a bit more than similar tools. Many alternatives, which we'll talk about in today's conversation, give you more credits each month for the same price or less. Another drawback is that you can't search on LinkedIn for emails. With alternative tools like Get Prospects discussed on other shows, you can. There's also no search feature for another social media apps like Instagram for other social media apps like Instagram or Twitter, now called X. So you will need a separate tool if you want those features. And also you have other disadvantages such as no social media search function at large. You have the fact that the tool itself is more expensive if you were to consider the whole constellation of needs that similar tools can provide across the board. Boss, I want to quickly remind you, I just want to quickly welcome you back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Let's talk about the specs of Hunter.io. So when you think about Hunter.io, I want you to think about a tool that is great for finding professional email addresses, usually for outreach. This is one of the more accurate email finder tools, and there are multiple ways that the tool accomplishes this task, including a Chrome extension that scrapes websites and an email verifier. There are many tools like Hunter.io out there, but based on what you're looking for, Hunter.io can be the best. Now, how does Hunter.io really work in terms of specs? Let's have a conversation about that. Well, what it does is that it does a great job. It does a fantastic job at scraping a company's website and logging all the emails it finds. This allows you to see everything, including verify emails that may not be readily apparent when you first look, because Hunter.io goes in depth. And sometimes it's not about you actually seeing it with your naked eyes. It's about having software doing the scraping for you. However, Hunter.io does more than simply scrape a website for relevant email addresses. So this is really cool because it actually can help you to discover the correct email for the exact person you want, even if that email is not available from their list. And it does this by looking for patterns in a company's emails and actually recommending suggestions. And this can help you if you try to contact someone specific within a company. You can try out different combinations using the recommendations and verify each email using the email verification tool. And this is kind of cool in terms of having scalability. And one thing I want to say here, what we love about Hunter.io is that their tool is sort of independent of geography. So it doesn't matter if you're applying the tool to a company in the US versus a company in Africa, or a company in Asia, or a company in Latin America, or a company in Australia, for instance. The tool is actually geography independent. So we love that a lot. And because again, it's all about algorithms, right? As long as you are able to get your hands on the email patterns within the company itself, and really fit that into Hunter.io, you are good to go. Also, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Hunter.io. Is this tool really worth it? So before we talk about a tool being worth it, let's actually talk about reliability. Those two sort of topics are interrelated. So all of the valuable things that Hunter.io does are pretty irrelevant if you can't rely on the data, right? It's not an unfounded concern either, and so it really depends on what you're going for. With Hunter.io, you're getting data that's been combed through for accuracy. This isn't a guarantee that every name you come up with will be perfect. However, you actually can get, you can find and verify emails correctly over 90% of the time based on our own research. And so one thing to note is that the tool is usually more accurate with medium to larger sized companies. So when conducting cold outreach, you can find smaller local businesses tended to be more hit or miss, as they often have only contact forms without an email listed. Many small companies also don't have branded emails, which Hunter.io focuses on all the time. Let's talk about pricing and ROI, return on investment. I want you to right now to look on the screen here. And so you have a quartet of pricing. So you have the starter, the growth, and the business. Okay, this is something that's really important to think about. So the thing about Hunter.io is that they have a fantastic free version for people who are trying the product out or who will need it daily. So this gets you 25 searches per month along with 50 email verifications. It sounds like if that sounds a little low to you, then you may need to opt for a premium plan. Hunter offers 4 paid plans to make it easier for you to find the right level. So you can go with the starter plan, the growth plan, and the business plan. So it's one of those things where for users with more significant needs, Hunter.io offers a custom paid plans. You will need to contact the company's sales department to discuss custom solutions, but they are available anyway. You can certainly avail yourself of them, not a problem. Now, can Hunter.io save you money? The answer actually to that question is that it depends on what your time is worth. With Hunter.io, finding emails is really as simple as clicking a button on the Google Chrome extension or running their domain through their search feature. Okay. If you've ever spent time doing these activities manually, then you know how long it can take to find even one email. What's more, if it's just more than standard info or supported email, you don't know how the company formats emails, so it's tough to even make an educated guess. So Hunter.io can save you hours by taking the guessing work out of much of the process, and this is really cool. Let me give you the features that you can actually have with Hunter.io if you were to actually use this tool at all. So first of all, you have the domain search. So the main homepage of the Hunter.io platform allows you to search for emails by typing in a specific domain. This makes it easier to quickly search through an entire website instead of going page by page and looking for the email you need. Okay. One other big benefits of the domain search function is that the software can scan an entire website, including the code that you cannot see. This actually leads to an improved chance that you will find the exact email you want without a manual site inspection. And you can also do a bulk domain search. That's not a problem. It also improves the chance that Hunter.io's pattern recognition tool can detect how the company sets up their emails to make it easier for you to guess the email of the person you want. So you have the email finder, you have the email verifier, and you have also bulk tasks depending upon your activities. So when we talk about email finder is another nifty tool that Hunter.io will allow you to find a specific person's email at a company. To access the tool, simply click on the Finder button at the top menu. This will take you to the form above where you can enter a person's name and the domain you want to search. The tool works by trying different combinations of a person's email address using patterns based on other detectable business email addresses from the company. This is not foolproof, and it tends to work better with the larger companies and websites. You also have the email verifier, but also to end on this section, you also have the bulk tasks. So when we talk about email verifier, this is a tool that allows you to check emails you have collected so you can be more confident that they are valid and receiving emails currently. To use the email verifier tool, click on the Verifier button from the header menu and enter the email you want to check. And the tool will ping the email addresses to check that it is valid and receiving emails. One nice thing is that if even if the email isn't correct, it will tell you if the domain is receiving an email. This allows you to check different combinations until you hit the valid email address. And bug test, well, if you regularly do mass outreach for a link building, press releases, or mass cold emailing for businesses, Hunter.io offers a handy bug test use features. So this is really cool in terms of flexibility. And the bug task tool allows you to perform a bug domain search, email finds, author finds, and email verifications. To use the tool, click on the bug button from the top menu and select the listed functions you need to perform. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Hunter.io. And other tools I love when it comes to Hunter.io is the fact that you have the leads. So the leads section is where all the people you wish to contact are saved after you found the correct email address and verify that it's working through the email verification tool. You can add the information to the leads section. So this really serves as a basic customer relationship management system, a basic CRM system. So it also integrates with other CRM buttons that you may be using. Hunter.io is capable of integrating with Salesforce, Pipedrive, HubSpot, Zoho CRM, Gmail, Outlook, and Zapier. Okay, and in terms of the campaigns, Hunter.io's campaigns tool allows you to integrate the software with either your Gmail account or Outlook to manage outreach campaigns fully. And if you're looking for a simple outreach tool and want to pare back the number of tools you are currently using, this can be a great solution. Okay, and also you also have the Chrome extension. So while it may seem like an insignificant detail, constantly having to click back and forth between screens and having to copy and paste domains and names can eat away at your time. Okay, so you have to see the best solution in terms of your availability. That's really an important element. And so it's one of those things where you have to think, like when we talk about automation, like, copying and pasting here and there can be pretty interesting for one or twice instances, but when done hundreds to thousands of times over a day, you have wasted a good half hour just on changing screens and copying and pasting information. The Chrome extension allows you to one-click search a website you are already on. Not only does this saves you a lot of time, but it also makes searching through emails for larger companies with hundreds of or thousands of employees much more convenient. And the Hunter.io Chrome extension is free so that you can use it even on the basic plan. You also have Hunter for Google Sheets. That's another addition. So Hunter.io can be the optimal email solution for many businesses through the Google Sheets integration. Using the Hunter.io's Google Sheet integration, you can quickly fill out lists of names that you have entered with connecting business email addresses. You can also take a massive list of emails from a purchased email list and verify them to help you clean up the list. Let's talk about the value added here. So basically, when you think about Hunter.io, what kind of value is this tool really adding? Well, first of all, this tool is compliant with GDPR. Okay, they've done a lot to become and maintain GDPR compliance with publicly available email addresses since 2018, when the regulation first came into effect. And some of the steps that are taken to remain compliant include data protection protocols like data anonymization. You have log retention, data portability, right of erasure, and pseudonymization of non-public data. It's also on you to make sure that you are using the tool properly and remaining compliant on your site too, because this law, GDPR, applies to all of us. And so it's one of those things where in terms of value added, you really need to understand that Hunter.io actually cannot be integrated with LinkedIn. But the thing is that you can actually get through LinkedIn through a third-party integration through Zapier, okay? And it's one of those things where when we talk about the Hunter.io data, you can actually see a lot of value added for a constellation of work streams. For instance, you have email marketing, you have cold email outreach, You have link building outreach campaigns. You have guest post campaigns. You have podcast outreach. So you do have the possibilities there. And that's really an important element to keep in mind. So using Hunter.io data, you can more easily find the decision makers at the companies or websites you are trying to work with. That way you can move past the gatekeepers that may not forward your email request, and that way you can contact your interlocutor directly without any sort of third party apps or third party personality, if you will. Let me talk to you about the rival. So Hunter.io is not by itself in this space. You have a lot of players here. So Hunter.io is a fantastic email finder tool for email outreach, but there are alternatives for example, Snub.io. So while the emphasis with Hunter.io is on finding and verifying emails, Snub.io is more focused on the actual outreach part. However, the tool is equally accurate, and it comes with its own robust set of features, perfect for businesses that regularly conduct outreach. You have an email finder. So for an email finder is the way to go if you are looking for a one-to-one replacement for Hunter.io. And the cool thing is that this tool can the tool has a constellation of functionalities embedded, and so basically emails that cannot be verified don't count towards or against your credits. You also have Get Prospects. So Get Prospects is a good option if you focus more on B2B outreach, such as cold emailing or sales outreach for SaaS services. The tool actually works a bit differently from Hunter.io in that it allows you to search emails from LinkedIn. So what is our verdict? Hunter.io review, is this email service actually worth it or not? Well, yes. Basically, Hunter.io is an indispensable tool that you can use in your daily workflow. And while it may be more expensive and offer fewer credits than similar solutions, we found that the higher accuracy and robust features actually are making way more. They're making up way more for the price. The database that you are working from is also quite substantial and growing every year. So this makes it more likely that you will find the exact emails you need. If you are more focused on social media, Hunter.io may not be the best tool for you, as it completely lacks this feature, at least as of right now. However, if you are engaged in regular B2B outreach or link building outreach, Hunter.io is definitely worth trying out to see if their free features can really help you out before committing to their paid plans. That way, you are covering your butt, you're covering your ass from both sides. If you were to think about it. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Let's quickly do a recap here. So in today's conversation, I'll talk to you about Hunter.io. And I give you the presentation, the specs, the reliability, the pricing and ROI, the features, the value added. You have the rivals, the verdict, and now the recap. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, say marvelous.